So my name's Linda Kim Lee. I'm a first generation Asian American, and both my parents immigrated here from Vietnam. And so growing up, I learned Chinese as my first language. And so going through high school and middle school and elementary school, I faced adversities such as like financial instability and just like academic difficulties. And so for me, some of the dreams I had growing up was I've always wanted to be a teacher. You know, you expect that like teachers want you to do your best and for you to succeed, but it's hard when they have such low expectations of yourself. And you know, you live on a side of town where there's a higher rate of dropping out than like graduating. And so, you know, growing through high school, I constantly felt like I was having to challenge myself because school wasn't challenging me enough. What motivates people to go to college is like typically like their family. But for me, I think growing up where I did grow up in the east side of Las Vegas, I saw so many people not go to college and not even finish high school. And to me, I felt like I needed to go to college. I wanted to make a difference in my community, and that you know, you needed education in order to do something like that. Being the first in my family to go to college is probably one of the hardest things because, you know, your family doesn't know anything, whether it's like with FAFSA, how to take out loans, like how do you even register for classes. It's just really difficult because you feel really alone throughout this whole process. And I think it's probably one of the greatest and hardest learning experiences like a first generation student can ever experience. Inequity in education can mean so many different things on many different levels, but I think in terms of like, you know, educational resources, what we're looking at is that many schools are not offering the same things to all students. And so, you know, for me, I felt like I wasn't offered the same resources as some other kid who lived in an area that had a higher socioeconomic standing. You know, I didn't have free SAT classes or things that prepared me for college. My first year being in Reno, away from home, was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. And I remember my first week of school, I cried because I didn't know if I could do it, if I could handle going to school here and having to make new friends and start all over. And I think being a first generation student and, you know, not having anyone in your family ever go to college, and for me to go somewhere like completely foreign made things just so much more harder, and to be alone. But after my first year of college is probably one of the greatest things I've ever done, and I don't regret coming here at all. So as I mentioned earlier, I grew up in the east side of Las Vegas. So a lot of the families that lived there were predominantly Hispanic and Latino, and the type of friends and people that I hanged around with just had like really low expectations for themselves and where they were gonna go in their future. Some didn't even consider college, and some just thought about like getting their high school degree and like, you know, being done at that. And for me, like, my goals were a lot more different, and I felt like because I was surrounded by that type of influence, like, I didn't want to be that. So since I come to college, I've been really fortunate enough to join a lot of these amazing clubs and organizations that's offered here at the University of Nevada, Reno. So I've been lucky to join my sorority called Kappa Phi Lambda. I'm also a part of a first generation organization called TRIO, as well as working on campus. I work at the Nevada Wolf Shop as textbook customer service, and along with all of that, I also exercise daily because I definitely think that gymming is part of like Reno culture and such things like that. I don't know. All my life, like my parents have wanted me to go to UNLV, and a lot of my school counselors have told me like, they've always directed me towards like UNLV or CSN, but like never anything like out of state. And like to me, it was always like why not? And why was everyone going to UNLV? So to me, ending up at UNLV to me felt like as if I was settling, that I couldn't reach for more, even though I knew I was completely capable of it. And so, I still think it's a really great university, but I think that people who live in Vegas should not be bound to just having UNLV as a college option, because UNR and all these other schools out of state, like in California, Arizona, even on the East Coast, those are options. I came to the University of Nevada, Reno for college because I felt that it could offer me the pathway that I wanted to go to becoming a physician's assistant, and they had a really amazing science program. And I also thought that UNR would offer me a college experience that I wouldn't be able to get if I was living at home or going to UNLV. And since I've been here, I'm now in my sophomore year, I've been able to experience so many things that wouldn't be possible if I wasn't here now. Don't let hard work scare you from doing something that you want to do, because you have so much you can do in life, and hard work is the one thing that shouldn't stop you from doing it.